Hello and welcome to the Yorkshire Dales on a beautiful summer's afternoon. It's just after lunch. I've come to the Yorkshire Dales for a few reasons, but one of them is I've always wanted to photograph Ribblehead Viaduct, which is kind of behind me there somewhere, and also in about an hour I've got the chance of actually a steam train crossing it. So a little bit nervous because I'll only get one shot at it. There's one at 1 o'clock and there's another one at 6 o'clock tonight, but I'm not hanging around that long. So we'll have a few practice if any diesel trains go over. And a big decision is, do I go wide and get the full panorama in with the full suspension bridge and the mountains behind, but the train will be a dot? Or do I zoom in? Do I go a wide angle lens? Do I go a zoom? I've only got one shot at it. Do I put a kind of zoom lens on so I can quickly take some wide angle ones and some short? All these things to decide, but it's absolutely beautiful here, so even without the train there's plenty of shots to be made. The only challenge is obviously the midday sun and very little cloud cover, but come with me and we'll see what we can get. So first off, I've come up to a little bit of a high point. These limestone rocks, which are kind of worn down through the years with erosion and wind and rain, which by the way are lethal on your ankles if you're not careful, make a nice foreground interest to get the vista in of the viaduct behind me. So I think this will be the first shot of it today, and then I was thinking of maybe going up the hill up that way and maybe trying up there. I think as the train's coming from Leeds to Carlisle, that's northbound, so it should be coming that direction, so possibly get those hills in the background and maybe take it from up there looking that way. Should get the train coming towards me. The only challenge with that is the sun is actually directly up that, so you're going to be pretty much shooting into the sun. But we'll worry about that later. Still got a few hours to kill before it comes. Okay, so first shot of the day. We've got the 17-40 wide angle lens on, and what I'm going to try and do is focus stack, because literally in front of the lens here are these beautiful purple heathers. So I'll focus that there, then on the rocks further in the background, and finally on the viaduct. So 3 images, probably f9 or f11, focusing on 3 separate points and then merge them into Photoshop. So this image, I'm going to use the lines of the rocks because they kind of lead in towards the bridge. We'll do a portrait shot just because it's kind of that wide, again with the wide angle lens. We'll move on to the kind of zoom lenses. Okay, so as you can see, we'll follow this crack in the rocks, leading us up nicely to the bridge. Oh, and here's another train. Okay, so despite saying I had plenty of time, I left it late as usual, then realised the train was coming in 20 minutes. So I had a good half a mile run in 22 degrees heat, so now sweating like a pig. Then it was a frantic rush of just setting up the tripod snapping away. Yeah, quite annoyed actually, because I've had 2 hours to get set up and I left it to the last minute, so hard to tell on the screen. I think the photos probably could have been better. I didn't have that much time to kind of prepare it, but didn't get much chance to video it. I was trying to handhold the video and take the photos at the same time, but we'll see what it comes out with. Anyway, I got a steam train going over Ribblehead Viaduct, so tick, that's off on the bucket list. Just if we had a glorious sunset and it wasn't midday, that would kind of top it off, but you know, I'm always greedy. So I didn't have time to video the shot, so I'll just talk you through it now. So basically, come to the north side where there's a bit of elevation looking down. You've got the hills in the background. The train was coming towards me, so I could just simply focus on the centre of the bridge and kind of wait until it got into the centre of the bridge and just snap away, and then quickly zoom in and get a couple of close-up shots as it passed the kind of top of the hill there, and then panned following it as it kind of went up the track and off into the distance. So I think, having turned this side and the sun's now moving over the other side, we shall take a wander to the other side of the viaduct and see if we can get the sun on there. And here's something you don't see very often in the north. Actually having to put a cap on because the sun's too hot and it's burning my face. Right. Ooh. Right, we're coming to the other side of the bridge now, so it's a bit better. The sun's on this side. It was just the wrong angle for when the steam train was coming. So if I pan around that way, the other way, you can see there's some rocks in the foreground there. That'll be the interest, and the bridge in the background. Another train would be nice, but hey. So come to the other side of the viaduct, just to get a different angle. Obviously the sun's shining on the side, so if the steam train had come the other way, this would have been a perfect shot. So a bit awkward talking here with loads of people around me. It's too bright, too sunny. Contrast is quite extreme, but we'll try various different exposure lengths from a third of a second up the way to 2, 3, 4 seconds and see what we get. Obviously subject to people not walking in the scene and not talking when lots of people are around me, so apologies if it's a short voiceover on this one, but I'm very conscious when people are around. This is Aysgarth Falls on the way back home from Ribblehead Viaduct. So here we are at Middle Falls. pretty much the same as the other one, by different shutter speeds. Some harsh contrast with the evening sun. So I'm well and truly knackered. It is 5 o'clock, been on the go since, what was the RAF attacked me? Thank you. Been on the go since 8 o'clock. Tried to do the falls, but there's so many people climbing all over them, as you would expect. It's the middle of the summer and it's a lovely day. I was very tempted to jump in, to be honest. Definitely want to come back in the winter where it's a bit quieter and there's more water going over the top and on a duller day. So I think I might call it a day and head home. You never know, I might stop off in Richmond on the way home to get something to eat and maybe take a photo of the castle, but probably just head straight home. So hope you've enjoyed this. It's certainly been worthwhile. I've never been to either place, so another place ticked off. If I'm in the region, I'll definitely come back. It's a bit of a trail from my house to get here, but hopefully when I get back and have a look at the pictures, they'll be worth it. So thank you for joining me. Until next time, bye.